The worst disasters caused by humans, unraveling history's tragic lessons. Welcome back, dear viewers. Today, we are embarking on a journey through history to explore some of the most devastating disasters ever caused by humans. From the tragic environmental catastrophes to man-made technological failures, these events have left indelible marks on our world. So, fasten your seatbelts and get ready for an in-depth exploration of the worst disasters caused by humans. The Chernobyl nuclear disaster. Our first stop takes us back to April 26, 1986, in the former Soviet Union, at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. A reactor meltdown led to the world's worst nuclear disaster. The explosion released an enormous amount of radioactive materials into the atmosphere, affecting millions of people, both directly and indirectly. The aftermath is still felt to this day, reminding us of the importance of safety and responsibility in nuclear energy. The Chernobyl disaster was a wake-up call for the entire world, urging us to rethink the risks associated with nuclear energy. It sparked significant changes in safety regulations and emergency preparedness in the nuclear industry. Nuclear energy expert. The Chernobyl disaster showcased the catastrophic consequences of poor management and inadequate safety protocols. We have since learned invaluable lessons, which have led to safer nuclear power plants and a stronger emphasis on disaster mitigation. Bhopal gas tragedy. Next, we travel to Bhopal, India, on December 3, 1984. A pesticide plant leak caused the Bhopal gas tragedy, releasing toxic methyl isocyanate gas. Thousands lost their lives, and the long-term effects on survivors continue to haunt generations. This disaster highlights the need for stringent industrial safety measures and corporate responsibility. The Bhopal gas tragedy remains one of the most heart-wrenching industrial disasters in history. The lack of safety precautions and the slow response to the crisis are sobering reminders of the value of human life over profit. Environmental activist. The Bhopal gas tragedy was a catastrophic failure of corporate accountability. It's essential to remember the victims and ensure that such negligence is never repeated. Deepwater Horizon oil spill. Moving on to April 20, 2010, we arrive at the Deepwater Horizon oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico. An explosion caused by a blowout led to one of the largest environmental disasters in history. Millions of barrels of oil spilled into the ocean, causing irreparable damage to marine life and coastal ecosystems. This catastrophe reminds us of the importance of sustainable energy practices and disaster response planning. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill served as an environmental wake-up call, shedding light on the dire consequences of offshore drilling and the lack of adequate safeguards to protect marine ecosystems. Interview marine biologist. Biologist, the ecological impact of the Deepwater Horizon oil spill was devastating. It took years for marine life to recover, and some species still face the threat of extinction. We must prioritize the preservation of our oceans and invest in renewable energy alternatives. The Great Smog of London. Now, let's rewind to December 1952, where London was engulfed in a thick smog for 5 days. The Great Smog of London resulted from a combination of industrial pollution and weather conditions, causing thousands of deaths and respiratory illnesses. This disaster spurred major changes in air quality regulations and is a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked pollution. The Great Smog of London was a turning point in air pollution awareness. Governments around the world began implementing measures to reduce emissions and improve air quality. Interview environmental scientist. Scientist, the lessons from the Great Smog of London still resonate today. Air pollution remains a global issue, but we now have the knowledge and technology to combat it effectively. Rana Plaza factory collapse. In April 2013, a garment factory building in Rana Plaza, Bangladesh, collapsed, claiming over 1,000 lives and injuring thousands more. The disaster exposed the unethical practices in the fast fashion industry, leading to calls for safer working conditions and fair labor practices. The Rana Plaza tragedy stands as a sobering lesson on the true cost of cheap clothing. The Rana Plaza factory collapse shook the fashion industry to its core, prompting consumers to question the origins of their clothes and demand more responsible and sustainable practices. Interview ethical fashion advocate. Advocate, the Rana Plaza disaster is a stark reminder of the human toll behind the clothes we wear. As consumers, we hold the power to drive positive change in the fashion industry through conscious purchasing decisions. The 3 Mile Island nuclear accident. Returning to nuclear disasters, in March 1979, a partial meltdown occurred at the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant in the United States. Although it didn't result in immediate loss of life, the incident raised concerns about nuclear power safety and public perception. The event sparked significant changes in nuclear power regulations and monitoring. The 3 Mile Island incident highlighted the need for transparency and effective communication during a nuclear crisis. It shaped public opinion and contributed to the growing debate over nuclear energy. Interview nuclear safety expert. Expert, the 3 Mile Island accident taught us invaluable lessons in nuclear safety and emergency response. We now have robust measures in place to prevent and manage such incidents. Conclusion. As we conclude our 30-minute journey through some of the worst disasters caused by humans, we must remember that history has given us painful lessons. These events serve as stark reminders of the importance of responsible decision-making, accountability, and learning from our mistakes. By understanding our past, we can strive for a safer and more sustainable future. If you found this video informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Share this video with your friends and family to spread awareness about the consequences of human actions. Thank you for joining us on this eye-opening journey, and remember, it's in our hands to create a better world. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe.